Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Una Connolly.
Hi, I'm Nikki Trueblood.
My name is Apurva Huda.
And my name is Elise Wollenberg. We're all incoming seniors and officers of the Local Leaders of the 21st Century Club at Foothill High School, an environmental education leadership program for students. Today, we'll be discussing the importance of sorting our waste and take a deeper look into how the sorting process works. To begin, we want to thank the Go Green Initiative for giving us this platform to inform you about waste. The Go Green Initiative works around the world to help foster a culture of sustainability and environmental awareness on school campuses. However, the nonprofit organization also has a deep history with the City of Pleasanton. The CEO, Jill Buck, founded the organization locally and has been a Pleasanton resident for almost 21 years. This past year, we took the lead in implementing the PUSD tri-bin waste system at our high school with the help of campus teachers and administration. This gave students and staff an in-depth look at the sorting process as we physically sorted through a day's worth of waste during the Foothill Waste Audit in 2019. We want to share what we learned about the sorting process and why it's so valuable to the future of Pleasanton. Let's dive into one of the many reasons why it's so important to sort our waste, starting with the legal aspect. The Mandatory Recycling Ordinance, or the MRO, was mandated by the Alameda County Waste Management Authority in 2012. Its purpose is to carry out two of California's state laws, AB 341 and AB 1826. The MRO requires commercial businesses, institutions, multifamily property owners, and city facilities to sort the recyclables and compostables from their waste. In other words, it is state and county law to sort waste, and if businesses or cities do not do this, they will be fined.
Next, let's discuss the impact on our communities. These two pictures were taken by Go Green Initiative interns who visited the composting facility in Lathrop and the Pleasanton Garbage Services Transfer Station. As they visited those places, they found that sorting through waste is a very human action. Every piece of plastic that makes it into the compost must be hand-picked out. This is also the case for all recyclable waste sent to these facilities. Just a few instances of poor sorting can cause the efforts of everyone else to be wasted. Humans aren't perfect, and they can't pick out every single piece of trash from the compostable and recyclable waste sent to these facilities. Here is an example of a Pleasanton resident's compost. It is clearly much too contaminated and will have to go to the landfill. Their compost contains items such as chip bags and plastic bottles, which are not compostable. Because of this, the waste was taken from their home and transported 45 minutes to the composting facility in Lathrop, where workers found that the waste was not compostable. The waste was then driven back to the landfill to be thrown away. Imagine the air emissions, the energy, the time this process took, when it could have been avoided simply with proper sorting. What's even worse is that if organic material gets into our landfills, it will start to decompose, creating methane. Methane is a greenhouse gas that is 21 times more potent than carbon dioxide, meaning that it has a greater negative impact on global warming. Sorting waste is more vital now than ever. In 2018, China stopped accepting as much recycling from the US. Prior to that, we were sending recyclable waste to China with contamination rates as high as 30%. But now, if the recycling is 0.5% contaminated or greater, it cannot be exported and instead ends up in US landfills. California's landfills are reaching their capacity. However, the state is not building more landfills due to the cost. In 2019, the Altamont landfill, located in Livermore, where Pleasanton currently sends its landfill items, planted dynamite into the surrounding hills to create more space for our trash. Clearly, we are taking drastic measures to combat a problem that could have been prevented at the individual level. By sorting our waste properly, we are helping conserve valuable space in our landfills. Respect for the law, respect for the humans who are handling our waste, and respect for our planet are some of the most important reasons for why we should be sorting our waste.
Why don't we take a closer look at the actual day-to-day sorting process? Signs are put up for your convenience, detailing what items can go into each bin. The blue sign is to help you with recycling, and the green is to help with food waste and compostable items. However, there won't always be signs, so it's important that you know what waste goes where. Let's start with mixed recycling. I'll discuss what can be recycled and what can't. Recyclable waste includes office paper, magazines, and cardboard coffee sleeves. The paper that is thrown away in the recycling must be dry. This is very important. If the paper gets very wet, you'll have to take it out of the blue bin and place it into the compost or green bin. For example, if you spilled your tea and cleaned it up with paper towels, be sure to throw those paper towels into the compost bin. If the paper is just a little bit wet, as in a few drops of liquid, that is fine because the liquid will dry up quickly. Next, any glass or firm plastic such as water bottles, yogurt cups, milk jugs, and all other firm plastics can be recycled. Once you've finished your food and beverages, just make sure you rinse out those containers before recycling them. We don't want any liquids in the recycling bin. You can also keep the cap on your plastic water bottles when recycling. Glass, plastic, and metal containers such as Coke bottles, pickle jars, water bottles, and yogurt cups are okay to be recycled as long as they are mostly clean. And when I say clean, I don't mean wash them out with soap. Just make sure that there's no food or liquid clinging to the sides of the container. Finally, any flimsy plastics, styrofoam, and food cannot be recycled. If you are unsure if an item can be recycled, it is best to remember this saying: when in doubt, throw it out. Our top priority is making sure recycling doesn't get contaminated.
Next, let's discuss organic waste, also known as compost. When it comes to composting, essentially anything you eat is safe to throw in compost. So fruits, vegetables, or even burritos are all okay to compost. Food-soiled papers can also be composted. That includes milk cartons, napkins, and paper bags, but no coffee cups. A common misconception is that coffee cups can be composted. However, there is a thin plastic coating on the inside of each cup that keeps the cup from misshaping, and because that plastic is not compostable, the entire cup must go into the landfill. So the next time you go to Starbucks or Pete's, consider bringing your own reusable travel mug instead. Additionally, any plant debris can go in compost. This includes grass clippings, dead leaves, and weeds. Although compostable utensils do exist, the composting facility that receives Pleasanton's green waste can't break these materials down fast enough using the composting technique that they currently use. Unfortunately, this means that these forks, spoons, and knives must go in the landfill because they simply don't biodegrade fast enough. So consider bringing your own utensils to avoid these single-use ones. Other products that can't be composted include plastic, glass, metal, liquids, and waste from pets.
We understand that this is a lot of information to take in, so let's do a quick recap. For the recycling bin, you can throw away waste, such as clean and dry paper products, firm plastic, glass, metal containers, and aluminum foil. Please remember to clean out your recyclables before disposing of them. When it comes to the compost, you can throw away food-soiled papers, plant debris, and food scraps like vegetable peelings or fruit waste. If you cannot compost or recycle your waste, the last option is landfill. Some common landfill items include wax paper products, styrofoam, gum, or non-recyclable plastics such as plastic bags, saran wrap, and plastic utensils or straws. If you're uncertain about where something goes, it's best to put it into landfill to decrease the chances of contamination between bins. You can also take a look at the signs on the bin for extra help when sorting your waste.
Now, in case any of you will be taking landfill, recycling, or compost bins to the dumpsters, it's important that you know which liners can be used for the different bins. Compost, recycling, and landfill bins can all be lined, but there are a few important things to remember. Let's start with trash bins. These can be lined with plastic liners, which can be put into the dumpster along with all the waste. Recycling bins can also be lined with plastic liners, but when transferring waste into the dumpster, all contents must be emptied without the liners. This is because plastic bags can damage the equipment used to process recyclable waste, as they can get caught in the machines, causing them to break. Another option is just not using a liner at all, which is the easiest if all of the recycling is clean and dry. Compost bins can be lined with BPI certified compostable bags. These can be thrown away with compostable waste into the dumpster, as the liners are completely biodegradable.
Here's some last advice. First of all, remember that you don't have to be perfect. As long as you are trying your best, it's okay if you throw something in the wrong bin every once in a while. Just keep on trying to do better. Second, be sure to help others if they seem confused about where their waste goes. If they make a mistake, kindly inform them of this so they can avoid the same mistake in the future. On the flip side, if you are unsure of where to put something, just ask a friend or check for the recycling symbol. Know that you have an impact on the City of Pleasanton and on the world. You sorting your waste properly does make a difference.
We would like to thank you for your time today, and you can be sure to find more information at the Go Green Initiative or Foothill Local Leaders websites if you have any further questions.